Hi everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Fortune Yarn podcast. My name is June and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Fortune Yarn Co. Welcome everybody. This is a knitting podcast. Maybe a little crafting, a little show and tell, a little haul on the yarn. But I guess before we started, let me introduce myself. Like I said, my name is June. It's nice to meet everyone wherever you are around the world, in Adelaide where I live, or wherever you are. Welcome to my space. This is where most of the knitting happens. I've been knitting for about, I think, 4 years now. I've started out because I wanted to knit a baby blanket for my son, and I was bored and I didn't have anything to do. So I went on YouTube and started looking at all the tutorials, what knitting needles I should get. And my first knitting needle purchase was a set, and it was very expensive. What was it? The Addis clicks, and I didn't like them. I don't even use them now. I don't know where they are. Not going to use them ever again. That could be another video, I guess. What is my favorite knitting needle to use? So yeah, I've been knitting for almost 4 years, and I didn't know what gauge meant. Why do we need gauges? Why do we need different types of needles? I don't even know the types of yarn. And then I think I found myself, on Instagram and everything. It's such a learning curve, knitting, and I've enjoyed it ever since. And now I guess I can call myself a test knitter. I've been test knitting for almost a year now. Lots and lots of knitting experience. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the process. I do enjoy seeing all those designers out there. They have totally different style. People, the way they see things in terms of pattern designing is totally different. Different people have different things, different mindset. But it's so interesting to be a part of this process. So I guess this would be the way for me to share my work, my color choices, my work in progress, and all the finished objects that I may have. So without further ado, let's get into what I am working on. So the first thing that I'm working on are these socks. I'm actually learning to knit toe-up socks at the moment. So this is the front of it, so you can see. I'm enjoying the process. It's actually a lot easier for me in terms of doing 2 at once, because I find that my gauge is a little bit better. Because once you finish a sock and then you do another side of it, I find that I could be holding the yarn a bit too tight or a bit too loose. So I find that 2 at a time. So what I did was I just divide the skein into 2 equal balls, into 2 equal cakes, and then start from there. The yarn management is not too bad. If you kind of like twisted it here and there and then kind of do the turn properly, it's fine. So I don't see the problem there. So let me tell you what the yarn that I'm using. This is by Fiber Lily, which is an Australian dyer as well. Absolutely love this colorway. It's got the greens, the violets, a bit of purple here and there, a bit of red, a bit of rust, a bit of pink, a bit of everything in here, and it's like absolutely beautiful. I love this yarn. And for the contrasting color, it's by the same dyer as well. I just dropped the ball of yarn over there. So this purple here, which is like a tonal, it comes in one of her mini sets that I got for another project. So I just thought it matches the purple that's in here. So Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Slowly but surely, I guess the pattern's called Scatterbee Socks. It's a free pattern by Amy Stringer, and it has a tutorial on YouTube as well, which I can link that for you guys if you're interested too. Okay, moving on. Next project that I'm working on. It's supposed to be my Advent project, but I didn't have time. And now, this is what I've got so far. Isn't it pretty? It's so Christmassy. Maybe this way is better. So it's the cuff down. It's got a 2x2 ribbon. Got a 2x2 ribbon. It's also a free pattern. If you don't know what it's called, which I don't, it's called Advent Socks. So pretty much you're supposed to knit one color work section each day leading up to Christmas. 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day, and knit one section of each sock until January the 6th. Oh, so they do have different options for you. So you can knit the Advent, the 12 days of Christmas, or the solstice, knit at your own pace to finish in time for your holiday celebration, which I probably will do. This will probably finish for for next year's Christmas. I think that's what's going to happen. And it's also a free pattern from Natalie Sheldon. Thank you, Natalie, you are awesome. I'm pretty much just using scrap yarns that I have leftovers. I try to make the color as similar as, you know, what she's using as much as possible, but you can go nuts. Like, you can go a one color, like a black and white type of thing, and be really graphic about it, or you can do like a one tone of color, just do the blues, you know, different types of blues, and it will be really pretty. Color work on a sock, this is my first, and I do a lot of color work, I think, and I find that this is quite good. I mean, I do recommend using the magic loop method because you have a lot of yarn to manage, and this is the best way for me. For me. Don't take my word for it though. Okay, there you go, up close. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful pattern. Really easy as well. You know, keeps you wanting to knit another section because it's just so pretty. Like, when you start seeing a project coming together, you're like, yeah, just one more row, just one more row. And let me show you the project bag that it's in. This is by Knitting Nellie Morgan. She, I guess, like, what do you call these, patchwork? She does these beautiful patchwork bags. This is my second project bag that I have from her. I also have like this little notion pouch as well that she does. Really, really pretty. She's got a story going on. I guess you have to like set your alarm if you want her stuff, because I had to set my alarm, and then like I had to fight for it. I think this was December. This was a December bag, and I wanted the November one, and I couldn't get it, and I was really, really like I had it in my card and it got card jacked. Never mind. Okay, moving on to another work in progress. This is a test knitting. I've been showing some shots on Instagram as well, but hopefully Ayesha, hopefully I say her name correctly, from Dusty Dimples. She has designed this cow, and I hope I can just show it quickly. This is called a Sonder cow. So pretty. It's got so you got the ribbing at the bottom, the floral stitch, and then you have this beautiful lace, which I can't wait to block out. So the lace opens up, and it's beautiful. This yarn actually comes with this bag, so it's supposed to be like it's a club thing where like the yarn goes with the theme of the bag, except the peachy color. This one is by Mia at Brendan Ollie. Hi Mia. What am I going to say? Okay, so I'm halfway there. So now I just have to repeat these bubbles. You see my bubbles? This is a knit technique that I use, so it stays kind of like, doesn't sink into it. Whereas I did, what did I do? Andrea Mary's test knit. Oh, what was it called? One of her, oh my god, I can't remember. One of her sweater that I did, and that was the first time for me using the crochet method to kind of create these bubbles, and they don't sit very well, even though that I kind of pull it tightly and then knit the next stitch, if you know what I mean. So now I have a new method where I just do the knit one. It does take a bit longer, and then what I do is I wrap the yarn around it, wrap the yarn around the bubble, and pull it. So the yarn that you pull over it kind of keep it in place, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look out for this pattern, guys. It's so pretty. And it's gonna be like the bubble section up here. So the bubble section, and then another lace, and the flower, and then the ribbing, and then binder. Oh, can't wait for this. This is so pretty. It's really lacy, really. And I think the yarn, I was gonna make socks out of it, but it's just really, it feels like it needs to be with this pattern. It's just too pretty. And this is the contrasting color. Yeah. So it has like speckles of, really bright pink, some yellows, some greens. Absolutely beautiful together. It's really romantic. Like the design itself is really romantic, and it works. And I also have this one, which is like a peachy, has speckles of greens as well, a bit of brown. Yeah, it works really well together because I was going for like a floral kind of theme, and I have this skein for Mia as well, from one of her packs that I got. Beautiful. Hopefully I finish this soon, and maybe next week, if this is going to be a weekly thing, next week I might have something to show you guys, like a finished object or so. Alright, that is all that I have so far for work in progress. I finished a lot of stuff last month, but since this is the new year and starting of a podcast, I didn't want to show you everything that I got. Maybe I'll do it in a separate video or something, what I've been test knitting in the past year or so. And I guess we should just move on to finished objects. If, we're gonna follow, maybe we should follow like work in progress and then finished objects, and then whatever admin that I have going on. Never mind. Okay, let's start with my finished object number 1. Ta-da! This hat is called Twist. It's by Tiff Hand Knits. Tiff, my gorgeous friend Tiff. I've been test knitting her pattern for like a year now. I've literally knit everything she came out with. So this is knit in Once Upon a Corky, Gabby, I think. Yeah, Once Upon a Corky yarn. The red color, the red, almost like like a blackish kind of red. It's called Ravishing, and the grey that I use, which was, I don't have the skein here with me. So it's more like a grey, like a cool tone grey with a bit of red speckles. So it goes really well with this. And it has this beautiful herringbone brim. Tiff is known for her work in textures. So if you guys love textures, go and check out her pattern. She has you know, beautiful herringbones and slip stitches, and it's just amazing. I've knit this one in an adult medium, and she also gives us a, I guess, you know, you can add a bit more length to make a bit like slouchy, I guess. I'm waiting for my pom-poms to arrive. They haven't arrived yet, so I will try this on for you guys if it works. Okay, here we are. So the pom-pom will probably sit nicely and kind of bring down the hat a little bit. I mean, it's really, really pretty. Yeah, it fits me nicely. I always knit a, oh, I have hair now. Always knit a medium, adult medium. Beautiful, beautiful. And look at this, like details. So good, so good. And Aran weight, like Aran weight yarn, you just fly through it. This took me a day. Like I sat down, you know, feed my dog, cook for the kids, sat down, put on a movie, and I have a hat. So wait for this pattern, guys, it's coming out. With this set, I also test knit the cow, which is called Fireheart. That's coming out with it. Beautiful herringbone, and look at the what do you call it? The brim, I guess, the brim. Like it almost like a 1x1 ribbing, but it's not. These are done with slip stitches. Absolutely beautiful. Again, herringbone, don't be scared of it. It's so easy, so fast. Like if you guys want to start doing herringbones, I recommend picking, you know, like a DK or a Aran weight yarn, or a worsted weight, I guess, because you can see what you're doing, and also the stitch definition comes out a lot nicer, I think, for me, for my own personal taste. Again, the yarn that I'm using is by Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi Yarn. This one I think is called Lady of Shallot. Oh, there's someone coming my way. The neighbor's probably thinking she's talking to herself. What is she doing talking to herself to it on the screen? Never mind, getting sidetracked now. So yeah, this beautiful speckled yarn is called Lady of Shallot, and this one here is called Fireheart. Again, it's similar, but you know, it's not. You can kind of see that's got a bit of an orange tone to it, whereas this is more like a cool tone with a warmer speckle and a cool blue here and there. And with the slip stitches here, I use ravishing as well. So I actually want it to be kind of like a set, a cowl and a hat set, which is absolutely beautiful. Sit back a bit. So yeah, guys, look out for this pattern. It's also coming out soon, I think. So if you haven't followed Tiff yet, go follow her. All right, I think I have one more finished object, which this has been on my needle for almost a year, guys, a year. And I went through my stash, my work in progress, to find out which ones do I want to rip out, because there's no point, you know, there's no point in terms of like, yeah, forcing myself to finish something that I'm not, you know, enjoying it anymore. Like, what is the point? But this one, I literally have like 4 rows to finish, and the reason that I did not want to pick it up is I didn't have enough yarn. Like the second color, the contrasting color, I ran out. But then the first color, I still have it, like half a ball left. So what I did, I just cut it out, and then I just rewind it to half, and see, I have this much left. Oh, there goes another yarn. I'm very new at this, guys, so my apologies. So I have finished my Plumpy Shawl by Andre Maury. Great pattern. I chose to knit in DK because this was the kind of like the first time for me, tackling a brioche, like a 4 decrease stitch kind of brioche thing. And I picked DK because then I can see the mistakes more than the sports weight. And now I think I can knit the sports weight just fine. So, look at it. I can't even show you guys, it's that big. I might have to stand up. So here we are. I think this, yeah. So we'll start from this end and move our way through. So that's my first contrasting color, I think. And then the second one goes in like this, kind of like a magenta with speckles of blues, and back here again, and then I have the grey on the other side. So yeah, this is not a shawl, guys, this is a blanket. A blanket. So I'll just wear this. I can't even wear this is way too big. But in winter, I think this would look, I guess, like really nice. Hey everyone, sorry about that. My camera kind of died on me, so I just gotta start over. This will be okay. So let's finish talking about this gigantic shawl. So I'm trying to find a better angle for you guys. It's massive. It's like a blanket. Absolutely beautiful blanket. So this yarn was custom dyed for me by Squiggle Yarn Co., which is an Adelaide-based indie dyer as well. Her name is Madeline. Her colors are more like really neon-ish, really bright, really colorful colors, and she was so kind enough to take a special order and did this for me. And yeah, I mean, with this, oh God, it's so hot out there, and I'm wearing like a DK weight wool shawl. So yeah, just one recommendation for this pattern, even though that I guess it says to use two's gain of one of the colors, I recommend that you do a gauge swatch and have a little bit more lying around, just because sometimes brioche people do the yarn overs and it can be, I guess it can use up more yarn. So yeah, that is all for this episode, guys. I'm sorry there was a cut off. I will see you guys in the next episode. I think maybe I'll do an upload every Thursday. So let me know what you guys think. And again, it's nice to meet everyone. This is a bit nerve-wracking for me, sitting and talking into a camera, which, something new every day. Yeah, so have a great day, everyone, or have a great night. I'm about to go and pick up my kids from school, and hopefully they give me some time to finish some of the knits that I just showed you guys. So yeah, bye all, see you later.